So I know some of you guys have been asking for some tips, maybe my experiences in flight training and all. Really, I'd say the first step you do is get a discovery flight. You know, go to your local airport or flight school. 9 times out of 10, they'll offer discovery flights, and you'll get to see how it feels to fly a small airplane and see if it's really something you want to pursue. You know, it's not for everybody, but you know, it's a good way to see if this is something you really want to do. You know, on your discovery flight, maybe your instructor will let you take off, maybe probably give you the controls in the air, see what it's like, and we'll switch fuel tanks. Alright, we're at 6,500 here now. We're going to pull the power a little, trim out. Yeah, so like I was saying, definitely do your discovery flight first. If it's something you want to do, you know, if you love it, you want to get into aviation, I'd say the next step you do, definitely get your medical. Go to your nearby AME, get your 3rd class medical. That's what you need to be a private pilot. You definitely want to get your medical out the way first, because if you start flight training and you get to the point where you need a solo and you don't have that medical, you know, what are you going to do? You can't really do anything about it. And sometimes you'll have long waits. And then the third thing, you kind of have 2 options. Is, you know, you could start all your ground school, get that out of the way, and take your written test. Or you could just go straight into flight training. But I would recommend buying an online ground school like Sporty's, and you know, watch all the videos, study up, and take your written test before you even start flight training. Another great tip is download Microsoft Flight Sim, or any flight sim in that matter. You know, it's a great way to understand, practice all your maneuvers, read your instruments, go through the flows. After that, you kind of have 2 options once again. You could either go to a Part 61 flight school or Part 141. The difference between the 2 is Part 61, you're going to have more flexibility with your schedule and whatnot. You know, it's not as structured as 141 school would be. You'll have a very structured training process with, you know, stage checks and whatnot. And 141, you're going to have to fly a few times a week, whereas a 61 school, you'll be able to kind of just say whenever you want to go fly. You'll have more freedom in that, in your schedule. That's what I did. I went to a Part 61 just because I had a pretty busy schedule with work and school and all that. So, yeah. And also, 9 times out of 10, it's cheaper in the long run. So, yeah. I went to a Part 61. I flew once a week. Kind of just figure out what works for you, how many times a week you need to fly to stay proficient. Yeah, if you're a teenager like me, I would recommend Part 61, but also, you know, I have some bias because I never went to 141. But, you know, it's just what I think. Also, another big thing is you're gonna need to get a job. You gotta get a job. And I would say have at least 10 grand saved up before you even start. Because there's so many hidden costs behind everything that you really just, whatever you think you're gonna pay, expect to pay at least like 3 grand more, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think I ended up spending around 18,000 all in all. I got my private certificate at around 50 something hours. I gotta check exactly how. I know the national average for getting your private pilot certificate is around, I want to say 70 hours. But you know, everyone's different. Everyone has different journeys. Yeah, so we're about 23 nautical miles out now. We're gonna call Poughkeepsie out when we're 10 miles out. We'll get the ATIS on our standby radio. Yeah, so like I was saying, I would save up at least 10 grand before even starting, because there's so many hidden costs. I mean, your check ride fee, anywhere from like 600 to 1,000. You know, your iPad, that'll probably run you around 500. Your Sentry, if you decide to get one of those, that's like another 600. Your headset, I definitely recommend buying once and crying once for the headset. It really makes a big difference in your training. So I recommend, I have the Lightspeed Zulu 3, but yeah, Bose 820s. There's also, you know, newer Bose 830s. Honestly, whatever you're comfortable with affording, but I definitely don't recommend cheaping out on it. Yeah, definitely recommend getting a headset with active noise cancellation. And then kind of diving into your training, your first few flights, you'll go up with your instructor. He'll teach you the basics of flying, climbing, descending, turning, all that stuff. Whenever your instructor feels like you're ready, and whenever you feel like you're ready, you'll be good to solo. So you'll do a few laps of the pattern, completely solo. And after you're solo, you'll start tapping into your cross countries, your night flying, instrument flying, all the required stuff to get you ready for your check ride. And then you'll do a few solo cross countries. Yeah, and then after all that, you'll begin your check ride prep. Your check ride prep is kind of just putting everything you learned together, studying for your oral exam and your flight portion, kind of running through the flow of it, making sure you know what to expect. When your instructor feels like you're ready, he'll sign you off for your check ride. You'll email your DP, your designated pilot examiner, and you'll schedule a check ride with them. Me personally, for my check ride, it went great. My DP he's been in aviation for a long time. I know he has over 20,000 hours in small airplanes. So yeah, he definitely knows what he's doing, knows what to look out for. Great guy. I know he's set to retire pretty soon. But yeah, my check ride was scheduled for the 13th of April, and the weather had different ideas, so we just had the oral portion for that day. I drove up there. We took the oral. I believe it was 4 or 5 hours. He's kind of just throwing questions at you. It's your job to just answer all of them. So then I took the flight portion a later date. But yeah, I had a great experience on my check ride. And then got my private pilot license April 24th. And I've just been flying around since. My plan is to maybe bang out my instrument rating before I finish high school, and then go off to college and do my commercial pilot's license on the side. Because I don't know if I want to do my instrument rating in college, before college, go to 141 college, or still deciding on that. If you guys have any insight, but yeah. Commercial, and then I'll see what's in it for me. Maybe do my CFI, and then just time build until guess I'm ready for the airlines. Still got a long way to go. Great sunset. Let me show you guys. The camera's not even doing it justice. We're gonna head on 24 just so we get lined up at the runway there. Damn, that is a beautiful sunset. Wow, okay. So we're approaching close to the airport now, almost 10 miles out. We'll make our call soon, and we'll start descending here in just a sec. Got the airport in sight, lined up with the runway now. Straight in 24, report 3 mile final, Warrior 1474 X-ray. Alright, they want us on a 3 mile final. So right there. Alright, make sure full rich, fuel pump on, landing line. They've got everything good, lights are all on. Alright, we're looking good. Instruments are all on the green. Fuel, I'll switch right on. Alright, we've got 3 whites and 1 red on the PAPI. Alright, let's descend down a little. We're approaching a 3 mile final, so we'll call them in a sec. 2 port, clear to land, Warrior 74 X-ray. Alright, we're all good, clear to land. We'll throw in some flaps in a sec. Alright, we're still going 100, so we gotta slow down a little. Throw in 1 notch flaps. Once we cross that, do second, trim down. We're a little high, so pull the power out a little. And 3rd notch. Aiming for 70 miles per hour. Alright, we're back on glide slope. Pull some power back in. We're at 70. Perfect. Over the runway. Pull back a bit. Get into that flare. Left rudder. And we're down. Flaps down. Left alpha 2 and affirmative alpha rim. Alpha, cross C3 at alpha, and stay with you, worrisome for X-ray. Have a good night. Yeah, so hopefully you guys liked that video. If you guys have any suggestions, any comments, just leave them down below. I'll try and post another video if you guys like this one. See ya!